Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the show. On behalf of Minnesota Spirit Hunters, Marcus and Brandon here with Minnesota SpiritCast. How's it going, Brandon?
Going all right. How about you?
Not too bad. Welcome back to the show. We're in Washington tonight. We are all the way north of the United States, as far north as you can get, besides Alaska. So, a couple hours, we'd be over in Canada. So. So we have a great show planned for everybody, and be sure to stick around after the show, or not after, but at the end of the show for the All American question. And this is literally about the show we did an hour ago. So hope you guys remember what the answers is. So we have a great guest, actually a returning guest, and she hasn't been here since season 2. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And I think we'll dive right in. So everybody, please welcome our panelist, Sarah, or a little bit. Welcome.
Hey,
and funny, because our guest, Sarah Squeekers. Welcome. You gotta unmute yourself. Hello.
you got a lot of squeaks going on.
It wouldn't be without one.
Sorry, Sarah. I gotta mute you. So, Sarah, welcome back to the show. It's been a while since you've been actually a guest here on the show. You've co-hosted, but you haven't been a guest. So, welcome back. This is season 4. You haven't been here since what? Season 2?
I think so.
That's a crazy long time.
Yeah, I think that was the last time Matt Lurker and I crashed the show.
I think so. I think so. Well, you guys actually kicked season 3 off for us. So yeah, so it's been one season. So cute kitty. But anyway, so we have a great show planned for everybody, and I'm gonna slap this down here at the bottom. This show is NC-17.
Don't talk about your pussy.
I'm glad I said it when I did. This show is NC-17, so not made for younger viewers. So be aware of that. We are the Minnesota Spirit Hunters, and this is Minnesota SpiritCast, coming at you live from Spokane, Washington. Sarah, how you doing?
It's going.
Good.
It's
So
long couple months.
You have quite a few things under your belt, and you actually have more things than you had when you were last on the show here. So in the crazy world of a squeaky person, what all do you got going on right now?
Well, I have partnered up with a friend of ours who was recently out of the paranormal for a little bit himself. I have partnered up with Austin Dale with Get Real Paranormal Partnerships, the Para X. We started it because we noticed that there was more room for another partnership out there. It wasn't because we wanted to take over or anything like that, anything of anyone else's programs or any of the rumors that are out there. That's not why we started the program. We started the program for those that said they wanted another program out there. That's why we started it. We're still in the process of actually planning it out. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming. And to be honest, I'm very excited about it. And it's just gonna be cool.
You know, if I must say, I'm glad Emmy is not co-hosting this show, because she'd have so many jokes about Sarah playing with her cat. So many. It'd be unreal. So,
Yeah.
so you
my pussy, but he demands attention.
It kind of
You know
looks
what?
like her pouch that she has.
Everyone, please stand by as I add something very important to our scrolling banner.
I'm sorry, I had to say it. Your cat literally looks
I'm
like
not putting my pussy on camera. Just like,
Oh boy. So Sarah, so you're part of this partnership. You're part of something that I have in the works right now, as a whole Minnesota Spirit Hunters thing, which is something that's undisclosed right now because it's a big idea. We're hoping we can pull it off and actually get it the way that we want it. So you're a part of that as well. And you're also part of a team. Well, you're a founder of the team, Para Vantoase. And we talked about this on our show before. So how is that going?
I don't know if I can actually call it a team because my original team, we pretty much, we had a good thing going. And then, like many of the teams before us, we got into an argument. It didn't last very long. And then my best friend actually passed away. And then the team just died from that.
Sorry to hear that.
Ever since then, we have not been able to get back up. We used to be the Parasensitives. I don't know if anybody actually remembers that group or not, but that was our old group. And so we did a few big investigations. We did one over in past Idaho, and then one in Idaho Falls, I think it was. It was at our friend's house.
Okay.
But most of my investigations, I helped out with the Spokane Ghost Crew with Brian James and his group. So
sure,
I have helped teams from all over the world through the internet and just helping out with their investigations. And most of that went missing because of ego.
So I know, like with me, we've worked together. You've been very insightful and very resourceful, so you're able to do that remote.
Yeah, I can do it remote, or I can do it. It's really weird how it comes and it goes, because sometimes I don't get anything, and then sometimes I can pick it up with that. And,
so do you feel like it's like the electric energy when you're like, you have somebody you can like transmit through?
I've had one incident like that, and I was actually riding up an elevator with somebody, and I could see her entire family with her, and I couldn't say anything because who wants to say that to somebody that's a stranger, right?
Right.
Okay, well, like being psychic, you and I both know we have the weirdest premonitions of the weirdest crap.
Yeah, it was. I think that was my most weirdest experience, was riding up with that lady and then seeing all of her family beside her. And I think that the mom, I think it was her mom, because she resembled her, and it just was weird. And I wish I could have said something, but like I said, in this day and age, you just never know. It's not like the movies. You don't want to end up in.
Okay, so as one psychic to the next, how do you feel like your gift is benefiting this world? Like, do you feel like you owe the world the gift, or are you going to charge for it, or what are you going to do with your gift? Because, like, what is this gift to you in this world?
I want to help people as best as I can, but I've had, and not to get on the negative side of it, but I've had so many egotistical pigs try to take things from me. Like, I can't even tell all of my information from.
I believe you, because it's a very common thing with us. It is very common.
Mm-hmm. And it's. I tell you what, we had some really, really, really good evidence. Brian James did, and I actually am more sorry for him than myself, because it was his team that had a lot of evidence, not just for myself, but everybody that was part of his team. And all of our evidence was wiped because of one person. I won't name that person. It's not anybody that really a lot of people know anymore. But it just really irked me that people can be that cruel. I mean, and
Go watch it.
My thing is I just want to help people, and that's it.
So do you feel like in the psychic world we're overlooked quite often? Like, because Like, where do you go to go to I can answer the machines before they could answer the machines.
What was that?
Like, do you feel like we're overlooked in this whole world as a psychic? Because I answered Sparky before Sparky could answer. I knew names before Sparky could answer. I feel like as psychics, we're overlooked.
It's hard because I don't like to label myself as a psychic, but I do agree with that. We are overlooked. Even those that are empaths and gifted are overlooked. Because we're expected to be perfect, and we're not.
Do you almost think we're like picked on and shunned in a way? Because I feel like because I'm not perfect, I'm not beautiful to society's standard. I'm not whatever, and I should have a psychic talent. I should know everything my man wants. Do you feel like we're laughed at on a daily basis?
I think so because we have programs like TikTok and Facebook and Clapper and all these other platforms that people want to create content on. So they create things that sometimes aren't exactly reality. And
Right,
so
but do you get laughed at like I do, where like they're like, "Well, you're psychic, so you sure you know what I'm going to do to you?" Ha ha ha.
I've been told that I'm fake many times, but I've
Right.
had evidence right there in front of me that shows me that I'm not fake. I even went to a psychologist for it was 3 different stuff.
I have a psychology degree, 3 of them.
Right. And they told me I wasn't psycho because of the evidence that I had and everything else. And I spent that time doing what they wanted me to do on how to do everything else, having that information. Right. And for the longest time, people, I hold a bigger standard for myself. I'm sure everybody does. But that's another thing.
But like, let's be honest, in the psychic world, we hold a bigger responsibility.
In a way, yes.
We really do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to watch some racing, and so am
I wouldn't understand. I should.
Well, when you walk in the ground and you say to the spirits, "I'm not here to trespass. I'm here to tell your story."
Yes.
You're on an impression. You're on an impression upon everything. Like when you're an empath, it's a different story than just walking on the ground.
Yeah.
It's a different story. Like spiritually, like you step up to the batter and you go, "Hey, here's how it's gonna roll. Here's what I'm gonna tell you what I'm willing to accept."
You have to even with the psychic ability because they can take over and it's.
Oh, they don't mess with you all day. I'm living proof of that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So as we talked about, all the stuff you have going on now, one thing that I'm sure we all would like to know is why and how did you get into the paranormal field? Why did you start investigating?
So I think I mentioned this in the past. I've always had spirits around me. And the only reason why I knew that was because my mom would tell me certain things from when I was a child. And my mom was a very religious person. So for her to tell me this stuff, it was like, okay, Mom, I believe you. But one time.
Were they like very Catholic based, like very Catholicism?
No, not until I was in my teenage years. Because she was very, very religious.
So which sect were they? Like which branch were they?
We were divided. We were a divided family. And not up until I was a teenager was when all 3 of us got baptized Catholic. So, but my one experience that made me into the paranormal was a house by River Road here in Spokane. My bed literally lifted up. And it was one of those great big bunk beds. It was the top of the bunk bed, but it was just the top on the ground. I thought I was freaking crazy or something, but my mom came in because I was screaming. And when she came in and turned on a light, the bed dropped.
Wow.
That house was also the house that I had all those problems with that troll doll of hers, and so ever since then I've been into the paranormal because of all that. I can't explain it till this day how the crap that went on in that house.
And was that your first ever experience with an encounter or whatever?
That I understood what it was, yes. When I was probably about Raina's age, I could hear certain things in my other childhood home, but I didn't know what it was.
But you also saw things as well, right?
Yeah, I honestly, it freaks me out sometimes because I can relate to the movie Insidious.
But it's even like the weird sicknesses we get.
What was that again?
Like we get some weird sicknesses as psychics. We get some weird. We get sick weirdly.
You know,
we really do. And then it's like it makes sense to the property we're sitting on.
It can, yeah. It
really does.
I have problems.
Well, here is not to cut you off, but not to cut you off, but here's a more fair question than the one I asked you, Brandon. If you have any questions, feel free to jump in. Whatever you got to ask. So, to be more fair, instead of asking you why you got into the paranormal field, why not? How did you do? My computer just went black. I can still hear you guys though.
Oh well.
Marcus, it's me, you're cautious.
It is
it's like dick rollery.
There it is.
It's dick rollery. It's total dick rollery.
So here's a more fair question for you. How did you discover you had psychic abilities for the first time?
So it was really weird because I was actually a teenager.
Okay.
Baby.
Go.
I started walking in the park from school back and forth sometimes. And random people would come up to me and ask me about the paranormal. Just out of the blue. And this was before Google. This was before Facebook. Before really the internet actually boomed.
Okay, did you have random like human stories too? Like random people, like living beings that come up to you and tell them their life stories?
No, I chased down a troll doll though. A haunted troll doll in that one house. That makes sense.
We're not gonna do the doll situation. Oh no.
Oh, I love baby girl on your shoulder, Marcus.
Yeah, I know. She's watching some Puppy Dog Pals. That's what she's watching.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Baby girl.
Yeah. So as everybody can see, she recently
hi baby. Hi.
She beat herself up. Not really, but I'm not gonna go into details, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. Auntie's the same way.
There.
We're especially fussy. Yeah. We do that.
Yeah.
We just do that.
You don't mess with my computer, little lady. But so I think
Dad's computer totally mess it up.
So not to change this, Sarah, but I gotta call you guys by your nickname. I can't keep saying Sarah. But so you discovered you were a psychic and you were a teenager, but how did you discover?
How did I get started doing what again?
What are you pointing at? What are you pointing at?
I'm messing with your daughter.
Oh, okay. No, leave it alone. So you said you pointed out that you discovered you were psychic when you were a teenager, but how did you discover it? Like, what was the very first thing that came to you?
Rainy.
Well, I won't say which family member, but I literally
No.
had
Go home.
Sorry.
I'm trying not to laugh during this. It's kind of sad, but
Sorry.
literally, I have. I don't even want to call it a sixth sense, because that's not what it is. But every so often, I can sense when people are going to pass away
Okay.
without even knowing a diagnosis or anything. And that's when I started noticing, because I actually witnessed and I don't even know if it was a premonition or a dream or what it was, to be honest, but I witnessed one of my cousins passing away. And it was very hard because I didn't know that it was something that was true. Because when you're a kid, you just don't know. And then she passed away, and it was heartbreaking. And then a couple of years later, started noticing some other things. And I had one incident where I had a dream that I was riding in a car with my ex, and there was a blue rig that slowed down and then spun and then hit a semi and then crashed and all this other stuff. And we actually came across the same car and the same semi on a trip.
Hi, Cara.
And so I kind of freaked out then, because I was like, that's just weird. And I told him, I said, pull back, please. And then we actually saw the car actually swerve.
Tell Car to stay the hell out of there.
And if we wouldn't have pulled back, we probably would have had that same incident. I love you.
Childish woman.
Grollery? This from Dick Grollery?
I do what I want. I do what I want.
All right, so I'm going to break this down for everybody right now. If you notice, the only words coming out of Sarah's mouth is Dick Rollery. Okay? If everybody was watching our live over at the Victorian View venue in Iowa, you'll notice that one of our investigators got called a colorful name, which happened to be NC-17, a dick roll.
And I'm a bitch sauce, so for real.
So if anybody is wondering what that means, that's where it came from. So it's an Iowa thing. We're in Minnesota now. Zip it.
And I'm the bitch sauce. That's not even lie. I'm the bitch sauce.
There you go. There you go. But anyway, so pretty interesting stuff. I thank you for opening up, sharing that with us. I know it's a sensitive topic to talk about. No pun intended, of course, but
well, it is,
so
but
it sounds like Dick Rollery.
And it's something
go ahead,
that people
Squeaks.
need to know about on certain things. I mean, I'm not perfect, so I can't really give too much advice out.
Sure. But, so to change it up a little bit here, as we ask all of our guests.
Hey, Marcus.
Oh, Cara, haven't seen you in so long.
Hey, Marcus.
What's up?
Psychics like to have fun.
Oh, I
not
know.
Girls. Psychics like to have fun.
I'm not against the fun. I'm letting everybody know where it came from. So, but so as we do with all of our guests here, with all of our guests here on the All American Paranormal Tour, I would like to know, Sarah, not only in Spokane but in Washington itself, what are the top 4 haunted places, and have you investigated them? In your opinion, the top 4.
That's really hard. I know of a couple, to be honest.
Well, okay. All right. Let me.
For a long time, I've only been to a few places. Myself.
Well, let me rephrase. What are 4 haunted places that you know are absolutely haunted in the state of Washington?
And you'd like to go back to and have an orgasm there?
Okay.
The Rose Red. I don't know if you guys remember that show, The Rose Red.
Sure.
That is in Lakewood, Washington. The Rose Red Hotel is in Lakewood.
Okay.
We have in Spokane, in particular, we have the Monroe Street Bridge, which is also labeled as the Suicide Bridge.
Sure.
We have Greenwood Cemetery.
We got that too.
And that's what I've often wondered why there's so many cemeteries called Greenwood. But we have that cemetery that's pretty haunted, and it has
Greenwood actually has to do with Celtic magic.
Mm-hmm.
Put it.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. Go explore.
Right. And then I think the fourth place for me would have to be the Seattle Underground.
Okay.
And I don't even know if they do tours still over there or not for the Seattle Underground, but that's supposed to be haunted as well. And I would like to go back over there. Okay. What was that?
Squeekers, what is your favorite investigation that you've been on?
Always with me, right? Always with me, right, Squeekers? Wink, wink. Wink, wink. No, I'm just messing with you.
The favorite one that I think I did, I don't even know if I want to call it a favorite one because it actually was the one that tore my group apart.
Oh, no.
It was an interesting one because...
Is it that shopping mall type thing?
No, it was a private residence.
Oh, okay.
I can't really say where it's at because the lady and I don't get along.
Oh, gotcha.
But the town was so weird. It was so small, and I kid you not, it felt like, and on almost every corner there was a church. And this house was labeled as the Butcher's house. And just the events that happened there just was really weird. Really weird. It was a favorite one of mine also because of those events. Because I've never seen anything like it in my life. Me and my friend Kathy, we had the same premonition dreams. And there's ways that you could tell the difference of that so that there's no faking or anything like that going on. But there was one thing that really freaked me out was the lady in black.
Okay.
And I still can't. She was loud. She literally, we could hear her scream throughout the entire house. It was weird. And I have a hard time talking about it because it's very emotional and very sad.
Marcus, take the cuteness off camera.
Okay.
Before I die. Thank you.
I know, I'm trying not to.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's just, just the events from it. It was a lesson learned because we also had some people there that we thought were good friends. But in all reality, they wrecked a lot of things that we were doing.
Yeah.
My advice to everybody is to just make sure that you know people long enough before you actually become a team.
Yes.
Before you bless
absolutely.
Because you never know what they're going to do behind your back.
Right.
Well, I think for any psychic walking into a team, if you're gonna be a good psychic, you're like, okay, everyone jokes, you should already know what the fuck you're walking into. Nope, I don't do that. I'll tell you why I don't do that, because I should trust my team.
How do I?
Always.
Does anyone know how to delete comments?
Whoa, what?
I knew that one was going to come up.
Well, since Matt's too good to show up. No, I'm kidding.
Wow,
Somebody had to say it.
My balls are still bigger, and they're spiritual.
Hey,
Just
Cara, by
saying.
the way, Cara, it's not puke on daddy, it's throw up on daddy. So
Wow, dude. Wow. Okay. This is a
It
whole
has to be
podcast.
politically
I
correct.
didn't know there.
you might want to correct it, woman.
Oh, for real? It's because I'm black, right? 2%.
Oh, so all right, so Squeakers. So we talked about 400 places in Washington. What about 4 of your bucket list places in the world? Where would you want to go?
Coming somewhere is off a cliff. I need to go off a cliff somewhere.
You shush. Mute. Keep playing and I'll kick you from the studio, woman. No, I'm kidding. Ralph on daddy? What? Whatever. But so in the world, and it doesn't have to be the United States or anything. 4 of your bucket list places, where would you want to go?
I really want to do the Rose Red Hotel.
Where's that?
Lakewood, Washington.
Oh, sure. You already said that.
I don't really have 4.
Can you tell me why that'd be fun? Why would that hotel be fun?
Because I've seen the show and I've heard a lot about it, and I actually know who that is, but I'm not gonna say.
I know who it is too.
But
I don't think I care who it is.
But I want to actually go over to Seattle and do a few places over there. They have a couple bars, and I cannot remember the names for the life of me. But my cousin does.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but is it true? Not too far from Spokane, you guys have a town called Town and Country.
Yes.
That's awesome.
There's a town and country in every town and country you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I already deleted it. So this is for next week's, but this thing. That thing. So that little translation right over by Spokane was a town called Town and Country. It's super interesting. So, but so proceed, Sarah. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was making sure the kids weren't destroying the house. So even though I've been an investigator for over 20 years, there's been so many problems that I'm still considering myself new. I'm still learning those places that are out there. Every day I learn something new, and
Sure.
I don't consider myself perfect at that. But I definitely want to go to the underground over there in Seattle and do a few places over there.
Sure.
And then one of the places over here in my own backyard that I want to do is the Arborcrest Wine Company.
Oh,
and
okay.
A little story about that. About it deals with the princess and everything else.
So do you want to go to investigate or drink the wine?
Both. Both would be nice.
Yes.
We don't know. I'm in the wine.
So,
I'm in the wine back here.
Brendan, I got to take a quick bathroom break, so I'm going to give you the floor.
All right. Sounds good. So, would you say that if you ever were on another team, would you go back to that location?
To the location that I had that incident at?
Yeah, the one that you were at, the one that you were saying that was your favorite.
It was my favorite, and it wasn't my favorite. If I had a more responsible team, I'm not saying my members weren't responsible. It was only a couple, because my other friends that knew what they were doing were awesome.
So let me tell you what a fun experience I had. As a psychic, when you get ditched in the middle of an experience, it's not fun.
It's not. It's not.
It's really not. I had a banshee on my back and I got ditched.
Yeah, we all three or four of us that were, left behind felt like crap.
Yeah, no, it sucks being a psychic left behind in an investigation. This is why you never leave your psychic behind. Because we are the ones getting the wrath of your bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You antagonize that spirit, we're getting the wrath of it.
Yeah.
You bet.
It also helps when you do an investigation that you know most of what's going on in the house. And the lady that
Right.
was investigating was not honest. So,
But as any good psychic, we like walk through blind. Like we don't even go through one of your guys' walkthroughs.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes it worse.
She should have told, because I don't know anything either, but she should have told my partner what else was going on, and she had not. But yes, I would go back through.
Shut up.
And with more, I want to say more education too, because in all reality, it was one of our very first ones, and just so much stuff happened. Another thing that happened during that trip, I actually was thrown in the car. Something grabbed my neck and threw me up against the car, and my friends will actually contest to that because they witnessed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Squeekers, we
So
gotta.
I'm very sorry that happened to you. So you're telling me that lends into your psychic work?
A little bit.
So you're telling me when you draw on darker energies, that's because of what you've been through?
I have dealt with some of that kind of stuff. Yes.
So, Squeakers, we got a question for you. Cara wants to know, what is your favorite paranormal show and why?
I think my favorite one from the past and now would have to be I forget her last name, but it's Amy.
Amy Bruni.
Yes, I absolutely love her. I love how they do it. She might be more into the whole Hollywood thing now, but
She's actually fucking amazing. I'm actually friends with her on Facebook, like the real person. She is awesome.
if I got to meet her, seriously, I would.
Come on, you don't like the good old Zach Bagans?
No.
Oh, I got like 6 of them talking to me right now. What are you talking about?
I gotta be careful of that too, because I have a lot of people that follow him that follow me. So I've actually had people contact me and say certain things, and I'm like, I'm zipping my lip. Bye bye.
Hey, you know what? Here's how I feel about that.
People suck. Here's how I feel. People suck.
People are entitled to their opinion. Just because you like somebody doesn't mean the other person has to.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But I look at it like this. So I talk to like 6 jacks a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? Why are you talking to me?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right? But why are you talking to me?
So, Brandon,
Well-
did you have another question for Squeakers or?
No, not right now.
Okay.
I already asked questions that I was going to ask.
Okay, perfect. And so, Squeakers, that leads me to my next question. If you're on a team or when you're investigating, what do you specialize in other than mediumship, and what is your pre-investigation setup?
And being a floating head. Because we all use the floating head.
Floating head, yeah.
Sorry, it was my niece. What was that question again? I apologize.
So when you are on a team or when you're investigating, what do you specialize in other than mediumship, and what is your pre-investigation setup other than being a floating head?
Yep, you're not allowed to be a floating head.
I love it. I actually bless houses, and I haven't done it in quite a while, and I don't do it by myself because I don't consider myself.
So what would you say your religious affiliation is?
What was that? She froze. Somebody get a screenshot. I'm sorry,
how
Sarah.
do I screenshot?
I think she was asking what your religion affiliation is.
I consider myself a eclectic green pagan. Norse pagan, because of my roots. So, and I have recently been finding out more and more that some of my younger family members that are my age are into the same thing. So it just fits.
Well,
Awesome. Well, we have another
So
question for you.
what is the most amazing experience you had as a medium?
One
Because I've
second.
had some weird, insane experiences with kids.
1 second. Hey! Don't sound like you're screaming bloody murder! You! Chill! Good God, I thought they were killing each other out there. I apologize.
Time for someone to wake up. So
We all need to wake up. Let's be
so
real.
we have another question for you, Squeekers.
Yes.
If you could go on an investigation, all expenses paid, where would it be? The one king of all king places for you.
Tell me Hawaii, because I'm still going with you.
Don't say Hawaii.
I won't.
I'm down for that one. Joe and I got to understand.
God. You know, it's gonna be really funny because
Say Louisiana.
here in like Washington, but I really want to. I really want to do Rose Red, and I really want to do Colfax, the Colfax Hospital.
Oh, the hospital might be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they want to play mental patients.
Well, there's always something else in those places. And,
Right.
I don't know. I think that would probably be my two top bucket
But
list.
you know, the bad thing about those places is there's a lot of psychic energy and there's a lot of actual energy.
I have a parrot. No, I'm just joking. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
All right. So my next question for you, Squeakers, is what makes Washington a good place to take a paranormal tour? If say somebody should come and take a tour, what makes Washington the state to do so?
Because when he is feeling better, you have Brian James as one of the main ghost tour hunt guides. And
And who is Brian James? Please tell us who Brian James is.
Brian James was the head of Spokane Ghost Crew, and now he's also does Hollywood Haunts. He knows a lot more of Spokane than I do of the haunted places, and he's also one of the people that helped me out with learning a few things in the investigation role. And that is not a dying cat in my background. That is my niece. I apologize.
I got a dog being a lot, so don't feel bad.
Oh Lord.
All right. So how about this? Being you are a medium, have you ever been read by another medium?
No.
I love this question. It's fun for me all day because as a medium, I will not read myself. I mean, I read myself without reading myself.
I honestly don't know if I want somebody to, because I've had a lot of
Stop.
Well, I'd like to give you that gift. I like to read your cards.
I don't know. I'd really have to think about it, because I had a good time with it, but there was a lot of stuff that happened to it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of religious contemplation around that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It goes back deep. I get that. I get that one.
I've had to do a lot of shadow work on myself, and it's gotten worse since I split with my ex this last month. And
I am
so,
probably the worst spirit hunter you're talking to because I do shadow work.
yeah, it's been hard. And I've been doing a lot of meditation and a lot of other things too to help out with that. So, but yeah, I
Sorry,
think
the cuteness has returned.
beating up the.
Yeah, sorry, I do that a lot on my feed.
I'm busy here. Do you mind?
But I
Nope,
used to be
she doesn't
hard,
because she's your daughter, and she'll tell you why.
Of course.
Daddy.
Sarah, have you
Oh,
ever thought about starting your own show, like doing readings on people?
Back in the day, I would have, but now no, because I've lost track. So I wouldn't feel
Now-
comfortable telling somebody something that.
Sorry, are you telling me that you feel inconfident in your psychic ability? Are you
I
saying
do.
that?
I do.
So
because I
you feel like you're crazy, like 90% of the time, like you feel like you're insane.
the only reason why I do is because of the people that took it upon themselves to show their ego.
So you're telling me you've had people around you tell you your whole life you're insane?
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Me too.
It was not talked about, and it was hushed.
Me too. Me too. So when you walk into somewhere and you watch yourself, like I did this weekend on Global Ghost Hunt, and it was freaky. Do you ever look at yourself and go, I am telling myself the truth?
It's hard because there's moments when I don't understand it if it is
Right, but I believe as mediums we're not meant to understand our gifts. We just do.
I don't understand it, but I kind of do because I have talked to other people and also some cousins which I will not name out of privacy. But
Right.
I've talked to them as well, and so I kind of understand it in a way. I know that it's.
I
I
mean,
know
it's insane being a
now.
medium. Like, whether I hate to be a kid in this field because I've been a kid in this field. Like, it fucking kills you.
Yeah, I've helped out kids too. I've helped out a couple kids.
I mean, we are like considered insane all day. How do you deal with the insanity of like knowing you're not insane, with being insane, with dealing with reality? What do you do for fun to like decompose from all that crap?
I've gotten to the point where I don't care. I mean, if something comes to me and something really bugs me, then I'm gonna say something to. Say if I'm on podcast right now and somebody were to come, like.
But do you really feel like when you say something, it makes a difference?
In some occasions, yes.
all right. There's a couple good questions for you. What are your feelings on Reiki healing, and have you ever tried it?
I have not tried it myself, but
Oh, it is amazing.
I have something planned with a certain individual once he gets better. I might be doing something on the lines of that with him.
But if you come out of shadow work, you're a spirit hunter, I am. I am coming out of shadow work. I always come out of shadow. That's what I do. I've died 9 times or whatever. But like when you come out of that shadow and you're actually doing light work is the most amazing feeling you'll ever feel.
It can be, yes. And then sometimes it can backfire.
Yeah, I've actually done some of that recently where I actually found a pendulum that fits around my heart. Literally. It can be an amazing feeling. Like if you do that healing and you actually do the Reiki work, it can be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And what about this one? What advice could you give a young person who is a medium?
Find a good group online that is real that will not take your hand and lead you into the opposite direction. Find a group that will lead you not into your ego.
Right, but I got to add to that, like as a medium in this group, like this group has shown me my skills and my talents above and beyond. Like I walked up on conversations where I'm heard myself hyped up.
Well,
And that
that's
is
why you
amazing.
find a group that's not gonna like take them along with their ego, because ego can kill a community like no tomorrow. And then it can also
Right.
it could also kill the energy of a young person.
But for me to hear how good of a medium I am, if I'm coming up on a group and my leader, my founders tell me how good of a medium I am, that's flooring. Your team members have to boost you, man. Your team members always gotta boost you.
And that's the whole thing. We're here on Minnesota Spirit Hunter. Hold on. Here on Minnesota Spirit Hunters, we are a team for sure. But I don't look at us as only a team. It's a family effort. It's a family thing. Like she said, boost your team members. Give them that vote of confidence that they need, especially your mediums, because
we are always in the doubt. The mediums are always in the doubt because I proved over Sparky this weekend that you can hear the voices, you can call them out beforehand, but at some point you gotta stop doubting yourself as a medium.
About 85%.
I will never watch myself again.
About 85% of your investigation that involves a medium is going to be based around that medium, because they're going to be getting their readings. See, what we like to do is, whether it be Sarah or you, Squeekers, or Rochelle or T, or whoever it may be, I like to send them off on their own to do a pre-investigation walkthrough of their own to see what they
and honestly, as a medium, you know how bad it gets sucked? Like, I feel like shitty. You guys kicked me out of investigations, but I get it because I hit on something and all of a sudden, like, the person's like, yeah. And by the way, your medium needs to leave right now because I got a story to tell you.
Okay.
It sucks, but you know what? We know we're doing our job.
Yep. Yeah, so but that's the thing. You gotta boost each other up. You gotta become the family. Like in the intro of this show. Get a taste of what a family should look like. And I mean that by the fullest that I can ever mean it, because we really do try to be a family. Of course,
we got each other's backs at the end of the day. We really do.
Of course, we're gonna take action against something that shouldn't be being done. We're gonna handle that with the proper authority and all of that. But in the long run, whether I get on you about something that I didn't appreciate you doing or not, don't let that get in your head and let you think that I don't care for you as a team member or anything like that. It is my job.
We are always family. At the end of the day, we are always family. We roll together, we ride together, we travel together, we do everything together. Like, come on.
Yes. But in the long run, it's my job to take care of issues on the team, being, because I know how I want my team to go. I know how I want each investigation to go. And if somebody or something's throwing that off, it's my job to resolve. However, that doesn't mean I care for you any less. Whether I kick you off the team or not. I went through many team members.
Right. But
we've
even us being crashed, I'm sorry, Marcus, I do need to address this. Us being crashed on Global, that was nobody's fault. And we do need to apologize. That was not our fault. But yeah, that was a bunch of crap.
Right. So we can talk about that after the show, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but yeah, and it all boils down to that. It's a family effort. Boost each other up. Help your mediums out. Do what you got to do. So, Kara says, "What are your thoughts on auras? Do you see auras or believe in them?"
I used to see auras. I haven't in quite a while. I used to see prism auras. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say that?
You're talking about the triangle auras?
What was that?
Triangle auras that come from the top of the head?
No. A prism is like a rainbow. It's got all the colors in it. So I used to be able to see those all around people, including myself. I would see them all the time.
Okay, but every aura has that.
Mm-hmm. And then I would see like light. It's weird because I've never really mentioned things like that before, but I can see like different lights and just different things. I don't want to go into it really because I still I don't know. I've seen some really, really, really weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it around me?
Mm-mm. No, I used to see them around like my grandparents and around certain teachers, but I haven't seen them in quite a while. Like it's been weird. I don't know if it's because I just tuned them out or what.
Do you think you might ever make it over here to Minnesota, Squeekers?
I want to possibly plan something, yes, but at the moment I can't really give out too many plans because in case my ex is watching. But I've got some goals that I'm doing, and I'm going to be moving out of Spokane. So I can just say that. I won't be saying where. I will be moving out of Spokane, and it's going to be interesting. So,
For sure. So Kara actually got to my next question before me, and I like that. So she says, if it'll load, what do you have planned moving forward?
well, most of you guys know already have heard about the Para X partnership, so I'm continuing with that. We have a lot more to plan. Along with that, we're doing, which we already started, we're doing honorable mentions for members. And I plan on helping out more teams like I used to online. And just, it's really up in the air as I go. I don't really have anything written down or anything checked off or anything like that. I just go with the flow. So.
Sounds good to me. All right. Well, so how can, and there are links down in the description of the show. So everybody please follow those links and give Sarah a like. But how can our viewers find your work, Squeakers?
Right now you can find me with the Minnesota Spirit Hunters. You can also find me on Get Real Para Vantoase, and then the Para X Extreme, Get Real Paranormal. You can also find me on TikTok and the Clapper at the Get Real Paranormal Hideout. That's going to be my main podcast when I get started. I'm actually going to have my teeth pulled on the 7th, so I'm not starting up yet. I'm waiting for a while because I'm a wiener, so it's going to take me a little bit to heal.
Well, whatever works.
Right.
So, all right, Squeakers. Well, my final question for you tonight is, what is one piece of advice for a newcomer in the paranormal field?
One piece of advice.
Don't scream and run away.
Yes, that, and don't.
You will get made fun of for the rest of your days.
Basically, yes.
Don't poop your pants.
Don't let anybody's ego and even your
Okay,
own.
bye, Rita.
Because
I have a bunch
that
of preteens coming at me right now. I'm sorry. I apologize for my actions right now.
but the ego in this field can take over and it can wreck anybody. And also just be careful what you say in front of people, because it can be taken so far out of content that it can rip you a new one. Like
Yes.
you wouldn't believe. And I'm not going to get into that, but y'all know that it can be taken out of content. So,
Well, Kara says, thank you. Glad you came on the show tonight. I second that. I appreciate you coming on for, how many times now. It's always
You
a
are an
pleasure
awesome
when you-
floating head, Squeakers. You are awesome floating.
Thank you.
You are. So, but everybody, please go follow the links down in the description. Give Sarah a like. Check out the Para Vantoase that's down there. The Para X is down there. As well as our stuff, because she is also a member. And lots of other things. Anything that comes up, in the near future, Sarah, we would love to promote. Have you on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. So, whatever you want to do, we got it. So,
I don't have any evidence on Para Vantoase because most of it was taken. So, but my cousin and I are going out.
Cara wants to know, is the second account really you? Got another Facebook friend request from you.
Yes, that one is me with the striped shirt. And the only reason was because I kept getting somebody was blocking me and reporting me because they thought
they don't like it when we speak the truth. They just don't like when we talk.
Yeah, I was being harassed. So
when we talk, it's a whole bunch of trouble. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
trust me, I know.
Brandon, you got anything else for Squeekers here?
No, I think we covered it all.
Okay.
Sorry, Brandon.
Sounds good.
My favorite cameraman.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Squeakers, we appreciate your time. We appreciate the show, your presence here on the show, and everything you do for Minnesota Spirit Hunters and beyond. You do a lot of stuff for a lot of people, and we appreciate it all. So thank you very much. And we hope you have a fantastic night, Squeakers, and feel free to reach out to me anytime. We'd love to have you on the show for 1,000,000,001. We would love to have you back.
Yep, definitely. I do want to talk to you after the show too.
Absolutely. If Brandon, I do need to have I have a question for you. If you're able to stick around, I have one.
Oh, I can dip out. I can dip out. That's awesome.
I want to talk to you too, Sarah.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Oh crap. No boss wants to talk to me.
Well, we appreciate everybody for coming on the show. Let's all show Sarah some love by giving her a like, a follow, whatever you got to do.
Love you.
Yeah, round of applause.
Love you.
All right, well, Squeakers, lots of love, and look forward to here on Minnesota SpiritCast and Minnesota Spirit Hunters once again. But until that day, what's the saying? We all know it.
Happy hunting.
Happy hunting.
There we go. All right, Sarah, I will catch you after the show.
Yep.
All right, and we say goodbye to both Sarahs. There we go. All right, well, Brandon, thanks again for co-hosting the show. Always a pleasure. And we got an amazing guest tonight. So Washington sounds like a interesting state to visit, paranormal wise and beyond, and lots of other stuff. So what are your thoughts? I mean, any questions or?
Not really. I mean, I know there's quite a few places in Washington that you can investigate, but other than that, not really any questions. I mean, we covered most of it with Sarah.
Let's go look for Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, so that's another thing we forgot to cover, because actually Sarah is a co-host on Creepy Cryptids. I don't know if she still does that, but okay, she's saying she don't. So, but I mean, she knows a lot about cryptids, and I have an idea about a future show. So I would love her help on that. But fantastic show. Washington is another one that I would definitely like to investigate in and just go have some fun and get her up here. So. But until next time, Brandon, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your presence here on the show. And I hope you have a great night.
You too.
All right.
Bye,
Thanks.
everyone.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, we are in Nevada, the home of Las Vegas, next week. That is on Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time. We are in Pahrump, Nevada. I hope I said that right. But we have an amazing team lined up from Nevada for you guys. So stick around for that. A new episode of Minnesota Spirit Hunters is coming June 30th at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So keep a lookout for that. And we have lots more amazing stuff for you guys. But until then, you know, that's all we really got for you tonight. So we hope you guys enjoyed both of the shows tonight. Almost forgot. We can't forget the spirit or the All American question. So, on last episode, we asked about Hawaii. How many tours a year does Hawaii get based on what Joe said? And if anyone answered 7 to 8 million people, then that's correct. So, I'll be looking through to see who all got that question right. So, that's last week's question. Now, this week's question for you guys is, this is about the Idaho episode. So if you're just seeing this, please go back and watch the Idaho episode to be able to answer this question by submitting your answer on Facebook on the post that we post. Does Jim think there is more residual or spiritual energy in Idaho? And then you can comment your answer on the post once it is posted. And yeah, I knew I had something else. But so guys, tomorrow at 7 o'clock a.m. is our final 5 states of the state game elimination. And to find out what states those are, you're gonna have to come by Minnesota Spirit Hunters group page tomorrow to see, because there are only 5 states left with 5 more amazing twists that can throw the game anyway. And there has been one extra state added based off of one of the twists that we had. So 6 states left, but there's only 5 more in the competition, and there will be twists to get 1 state standing. So who do you think it will be? All you can do is play along to find out. So go vote for your favorite state and get us to your neck of the woods. So until next time, until we have anything else planned for you guys, we'll see you then. Happy hunting, everybody.